you see a green path there?
Yeah.
They say that where you see a green path like that, and it's not green around it, but that's where the fairies have been.
Yeah.
Yes, and so when I saw that green path there, I said, that must be the fairy area. So this area, you remember, right? This area is the fairy area. It's an area that we don't go in. The fairies say it's okay for squirrels and birds and even goats to go in the area, but not for human beings. So that's one little place there that we keep right here, safe and sacred for the fairies. What is it that the fairies don't want humans to do? They don't want humans to neaten things up. Fairies like chaos.
Funny.
Isn't it, though? So we have a fairy area. Let's go over here beside the fairy area into some area where we can go, because there's a special treat waiting for us here. There's a plant that only grows in special kinds of conditions. This plant likes places where it's kind of wet, but the plant isn't like too wet. So see, there's some water here, and the plant likes that. It likes to be really close to water, although not right in the water. And it likes to be in an area where there's trees. So there's a little bit of dappled sunlight over it. Now, let's see. Oh, there it is right behind you. We're looking for a plant that has skulls on it. Remember I told you we were going to come out and look for skullcap? No, that's close though. That is a mint family plant. And this is called Lycopus, or wolf mint. Now, everywhere that you look for skullcap, you will usually find Lycopus. You will usually find this wolf mint. And my best guess is that it could probably be used just the same as skullcap. 9 out of 10 times when you go looking for skullcap, you won't find skullcap, but you will find Lycopus. Here's the skullcap. Look. It's this one here. That's the one.
Right here?
It's called side-flowering skullcap, because, you see, most mints have flowers like this, like little necklaces that go around the stalk, or like lavender, they have flowers that stick right at the top. But skullcap has flowers that stick out the side, so it's side-flowering skullcap. And I must admit, I was a little hard-pressed to see these seed pods as skulls until I saw Tibetan skull drums, which are exactly this shape. So, although it's not like what I would call a skull, obviously there are other people in the world who would call it a skull. What did we decide that skullcap would probably be used for with a name like that, Monica Jean?
Headaches.
Headaches, right. Skullcap can help relieve the pain of headaches. When your mom had her wisdom teeth out, she used skullcap to help relieve the pain.
What?
Her wisdom teeth. Right? When her wisdom teeth were growing in, they were pushing her other teeth and causing her pain. So a dentist took them out. And your mom used skullcap to help heal rapidly from that. It's a wonderful herb to help relieve pain. When I hurt my wrist in Costa Rica in January, I used skullcap because it really hurt a lot. And I found that just a couple of drops of skullcap, like 2 to 5 drops of skullcap, was enough to totally deaden the pain, but not to like make me drowsy. It's true, skullcap is used as a sleep herb, and skullcap can be a very vigorous sleep herb. I once spilled a bottle of the tincture, and not wanting to waste it, I scooped it up into my hand and drank it. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 dropperfuls of skullcap. And I had to pull off the road. It was the only time in my life that I was so sleepy I could not operate my car. I had to pull off the road, take a nap, and then get back on the road. Yes, skullcap is wonderful for sleeping. I don't know if you remember my friend Kialis, but she had a friend of hers who said, I'm addicted to sleeping pills. I can't sleep without them. Is there any herb that could help? And we suggested skullcap. And that friend was actually able to stop taking sleeping pills and be able to go to sleep naturally and easily with skullcap. Our friend, Scutellaria lateriflora, the side-flowering skullcap. A little plant in the mint family. It can be kind of hard to find. Here's one really important thing about using skullcap. While you can buy it dried, and it's okay as a tea, it's much more effective as a tincture. And while you can buy the tincture made from dried skullcap, it's hardly effective at all. I usually figure that 1 dropperful, about 25 to 30 drops, of tincture from dried skullcap is the equivalent of 1 drop of tincture of fresh skullcap. I tincture my skullcap always fresh, and I know that the women at Red Moon Herbs do, and so does White Feather at Catskill Mountain Herbs. So if you're going to buy your skullcap tincture, be sure it's made from fresh plants. Green blessings.